Hey and welcome to Alpha One. In this video I will talk about Chia, what I'm doing right now for plotting, how I'm doing with MadMax, and the original Chia plotting system also, the GRU. But before I do that, make sure if you're a new user, push this subscribe button and like button, help me tremendously. So yes, I made a video yesterday about I have problem with MadMax and basically my system in generally. I'm plotting and plotting and plotting and it's so slow. In average, I'm taking like 10 hours for one plot. This ridiculous slow. So I've been testing everything. I have been looking through what every one of you guys have told me. I changed bucket size, I've changed threads, I've tried everything. I even did take my time. Of course it's not so much work, but I need to buy a cable at least. So I did put my SSD drive inside the computer because it was basically an intern drive I had from before. So I did take my time to get a cable and everything and put it inside the computer instead of have it through the USB. I did actually gain a little more speed with it. Not crazy, but a little, like maybe like 25% faster or something like that. So now a plot for me takes around little less than 9 hours now. So it's super slow still. So what I think the problem is, I have not confirmed it, but I have it's the last thing that I think from everything I have read, you all have written for me. I think it's my RAM that have maybe a problem, because that's the last thing that I think can be, because I've tried everything else. I understand that if I have a different type of hard disks inside that can get much more speed, but even with SSD I should not see so slow like I do now. So I believe that the RAM is the problem. And it's not something I want to start to mess around with right now, because the computer in itself works perfectly, everything works perfectly. So what I just decided, and it's not something I wanted to do, but as I want to mine Chia right now, I basically just erased my Bitcoin hard drive mining. The reason behind that is because now I'm using, because I have all in all I have 5 hard drives. Yeah, believe it or not, I have 5 hard drives, small hard drives. So what I'm doing, I'm using all my hard drives basically to plot against the biggest one, and the plan is to just plot everyone against one when it's full. Then I remove one of them, plot everyone that is left back to the next one, and so on and so forth, just so I can fill up as fast as possible. So at the moment now I'm plotting around 7 a day. Yes, it's super slow. You guys plot like 7 in like 6 hours maybe or less. I understand it's boring, but at the moment it's nothing I can do. And the good thing is that my system, my mining is very small, so it will not take me so long time, by the way. So I will rather use my time on my Forex trading. That is my main income. And also I'm planning to go out and look around in Sao Paulo, because I live in Brazil, to see if I can get a better deal on hard drives, because it's a little boring to be paying the double price of what you all pay. I pay for just a 4 terabyte drive. I pay 899 real. That's basically, for a 4 terabyte I pay $172. So for the ones that are following and you have bought hard drives, that's what I'm dealing with. $172 for a 4 terabyte. I guess you all get like 8 terabyte and you pay maybe even less than this. So basically, if you have 12 months to ROI, with this price, I have 24 months. And that's not something I want to deal with. So that's why my mining is a little smaller, or much smaller than most of the other YouTubers. But that's why I'm going to go around, look around, if maybe I find a cheap place, someone selling used. Problem is that there are not that many used drive in the size that I want to buy. I want to buy one of these I want to have 16 terabyte drives, you know. But for that, in the used market, there are not so many that have a need for so big drives. Basically, a typical normal person these days, if you're not a really hardcore gamer, you don't need more than a terabyte, basically, and then you have more than enough space. Of course, pictures these days are getting bigger and bigger, so, but by the way, you don't find 16 terabyte on the private market so often. So that's what I'm dealing with now. So my plan is basically going forward, just fill up the drives I have as fast as possible. And then while I'm filling up these drives, I'm going to try to find, to see if I can find some cheaper drives. And if I find, for example, a 16 terabyte for a reasonable money, then I will buy it, and then I will deal with my RAM problem, as I think it is a RAM problem. Of course, what I would need to do, I need to run this program. I need to put a small code or something into a disk or something, or in a USB drive or something, and then we'll boot up and we'll check something. I basically just read a little about it yesterday, how to check RAM. So I will do the steps so I can repair it, so I can have it go faster later. But I will only deal with that when I have more space, I think. Other than that, it's very good to see that Chia finally did go above 200. Like I did tell in another video, that 200 was more like a magical area. And I was expecting that we were going to go way above 200 when that happened. Now we need to just see Chia keep about 200. If we start to see Chia below 200 again, that's a scary place, where we can even go lower than we did in the last a few days ago. Then we might even see $100 Chia. But for now, Chia is more fun again. As long as you keep about 200, it's much more profitable to mine Chia than Bitcoin hard drive. And like I said, the reason I did go into Bitcoin hard drive multi-mining is because I did see it more profitable at the moment. And also in that time, I could have Litecoin, have XRP hard drive, I could have HDD drive. But as this was removed, I lost a little interest, because Burst is actually not so good to mine, or what, I don't even remember what they changed the name to, but it still was not good. It was basically just Bitcoin hard drive left to mine. Of course you can pledge and things like that, but I like the idea of Chia. Chia looks better right now, and it's more profitable. So at the moment now, like I said, I will build up my Chia farming. So I'm back to Chia. So yeah, other than that, it's not that much happening in the space. We can see now that profitable calculator is not so interesting. But we can see the Chia price just update here now. 230, is that correct? Let's do a reload. Ah, 220 is completely okay. I'm actually happy as long as it keep about 200. 200 is basically the magic number for us. So if we go below 200, then we need to worry a little. But other than that, yeah, I think it's good. So so I don't bore you too much. Remember to like this video if you like this type of content. I hope I will have more to talk about a little later, but at the moment it's not too much to talk about with Chia. It's not so much happening. like I said, Chia do not have so much use case left. It's still nothing much to talk about Chia, because we basically just miners that have interest about Chia at the moment. There's not so much use for it. The only thing I see that is added to my favorite exchange. Let me see. CoinEx is good actually. I use them also, but it's on, yeah, this one you see number 27 here. That's my favorite, the one you see below here. So below the video you find a link for this exchange. It's amazing, this exchange. So with that, have a perfect day.